Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, with a brand new series, which is the 2015 edition of Magic the Gathering, Duels of the Planeswalkers. So I have now moved on from this, from Magic 2014, so there's no more episodes of that. So we're on to this one. If you're new to the channel, welcome, it's nice to see you. If you liked any of the previous, if you liked last year's version of Magic, don't forget to check out my previous playlist. But I will now be, well, God, tripping over my words already. So I'll be playing through the campaign of this first, getting through all that, unlocking all the cards, and then hitting up some multiplayer duels, also playing through any kind of expansions that come out as well. But let's get started. So I don't really want to do this. I don't really want to do the tutorial because I have I do in fact know how to play Magic. So choose your colour. So I was thinking of going for a red-white deck to start off with. So Chaos and Slaughter, Smash and Burn, Blazing Intellect, or Heroic Charge. Yep, I was thinking of red-white. So we've got small red creatures and handsome with white auras. That sounds good to me. Do you want to use a Heroic Charge as your starting deck? Yes, I do. So, skipped all the tutorial, so the final quest, prove your worth. Now it's time to show you how well you understand the principles of Magic. This is where I totally fall flat on my arse and get absolutely owned by the computer, as I've decided to, this year, to put myself on Planeswalker difficulty. So a horde of monsters threatens to overrun a local village. Armed with the new spells you've chosen, it's time to put your skills to the test and put a stop to the onslaught. This should be a whole barrel of laughs. We'll see how we get on with the kind of basic deck. So what have we got to start off with then? We've got... this is not looking too bad. Don't show this again. What else have we got? Pitchburn Devils. I mean, this hand isn't looking too bad. We've got the Foundry Street Denizen. So whenever another red creature enters the battlefield under your control, gets +1/0 until the end of the turn. So I've got Kiln Fiend, and I've also got a Shock as well. So I'm probably just going to keep that hand. It's not too bad. We'll get started. So I play a Foundry Street Denizen. Quite liking the new look. So I like all the new phases. So we're into combat phase. Obviously we couldn't attack with this. It's got Summoning Sickness. Not the end of the world. So I'll probably be looking to play Kiln Fiend next turn, and then maybe Shock the turn after that, which will pump this up to a 4/2, which is always good. So yeah, I'm liking the new look. So this is the number of cards we've got in our deck. That's the number of cards we've got in our hand. Whilst we just draw Lightning Talons. Enchant creature. Enchanting creature gets +3/0 and has first strike. Very nice indeed. So we shall hit continue, play that in our last turn step just to be on the safe side. Oh, very nice. I like the whole attack thing now. That's pretty sweet. So it's going to swing in with my Foundry Street Denizen. Saying that was a mistake. I should have played Kiln Fiend pre-combat, as it would have pumped it up, but that was a bit silly. Whoops-a-daisy. That would have pumped up to a 3/2. Yeah, 2/1. Sorry, I only missed out on one attack. It's not the end of the world. So once I get up to 5 mana with a white mana down, I will be able to play my Angelic Edict, which allows me to exile a creature. So we're playing some kind of red-green deck. What we got then? Timberland Guide. So when Timberland Guide enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Okay, fair enough. So I'm guessing that he can put it on himself. Yeah, he puts it. Yeah, exactly. He puts it on himself. So what do we just draw then? So we've also got Krenko's Command. So put 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens on the battlefield. That's pretty sweet. I will probably do that next turn, but this turn what I want to do is actually shock off the Timberland Guide. So if we hit continue, that's an instant. So we hit continue first. Then what I want to do, swing with both my creatures, and then can I shock now? So I'm actually going to attack, then pause. Timer stopped. Okay, don't show again. I know this. Then I'm going to creatures, shock off his creature. What they'll then do is pump up my Kiln Fiend, kill off his creature, so he has nothing to block with, and I can swing him for 5 damage. Pretty good, eh, guys? Pretty good. There we go. Smack him in the face for 5. Not too bad indeed. So he's gotten down to 14 already. Not looking too bad. Next turn, we can either play... Well, only at the moment we can only play Krenko's Command, so he's got nothing in play at the moment. So what I want to do... excellent. So we've got a Lone Missionary, so once we get a... When we finally draw into a white land, we can play this. Comes into the battlefield, gives me 4 health, which is pretty cool. But first, I want to play my Krenko's Command pre-combat. The reason being is that you can only play it in your main phase. It's a sorcery card. And what it'll actually do is pump up this to a 3/1. As you can see, it's now 3/1, which is pretty sweet. And because it's a sorcery, my other creature gets pumped up as well. So we will swing in for 7 damage this turn. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good indeed. The only thing that I'm not too pleased about is the amount of lands I've got. Oh, quite like the new kind of the layout for token creatures. That's pretty sweet. I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, I'm recognising some of these cards already, such as Kiln Fiend I recognise, Lone Missionary I recognise. Some of them I don't, like Pitchburn Devils I've never seen before. I've never seen... What's what we got here then? A 3/3 with Hexproof. That's pretty good. I've not really got anything that... Well, because it's Hexproof, it's not as though I can target it with any of my spells, which is kind of terrifying. But as you can see, I've now got my Lightning Talons. So the theory here is that I swing in with all of my creatures here. If he blocks one of them, I pump it up with Lightning Talon. No, that's an aura, so that won't work. Just wondering what the best thing to do here is. So that gets pumped up 3-0. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play this before pre-combat because otherwise I won't get the benefit from it. So let's play light. So he's going to have to block whichever creature this gets attached to. So, for example, I'm going to put it onto my one of my goblins. That'll get pumped up. No, it won't get pumped up as well because so I'm going to attack with all. And the logic is he has to block at least one of these creatures. Probably the 4/1 actually, because don't show again, and it's got first strike. Excellent. So that goes down to 3, and then I do 2 more damage to him, and he blocks that one, which is pretty cool. There we go. Kiln Fiend gets sent to the graveyard, not the end of the world. I do have 20 life still, which is excellent. He's down to 1 health, so he gets Kiln Fiend down. Kiln Fiend down. His own Kiln Fiend. I lose mine. So can't get my Pitchburn Devil down yet. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to the meat of this game. The fact that so I only have to push through 1 damage this turn. So I've actually unless he can burn off one of my creatures, I've won. So I'm going to attack with all, and if he's got no burn in any of his cards, he's toast. He's got 3 cards in hand, so he's blocking both of that, but luckily 1 damage goes through, I believe. Excellent, so we've won the first duel. Nice! It's a good way to get started for you guys. Win the opening encounter with a win. Yeah, first time as well actually, so that's my my avatar this time, which is pretty cool, so we shall hit continue. So what we've got then, achievement unlocked, aptitude tool, finish the tutorial, and beginner, finish the tutorial, and a new booster unlocked. So we're going to open the booster pack, see if we get anything good. Oh, I like this already, the fact that I get to open boosters. Ooh, Siege Dragon. So we just get 1 card, which is a Siege Dragon. Oh yeah, I think whichever like combination you choose, you get a particular like bonus card at the end. So there we go. Yep, this is your first card. It's basically just going through with all of my... so click and drag on the card to move it into your deck. So I'm guessing I just do that. Well done. To keep the balance of land and spells in your deck, you should take out at least 1 spell. So remove Raise the Alarm. Put 2 1/1 white. So okay, so great. All you need to do now is save your changes. To do this, click Done. You will then be asked if you want to save and quit from the deck builder. So apparently I can't make any changes at the moment, but I'm sure I'll be putting that back in, so save and quit. Nice work. As you unlock more cards, don't forget to come back to the deck builder and improve and change your decks. Pretty cool. So we're into the first cinematic by those things.
Created the Chain Veil, not merely to destroy, but to create destroyers. Of course, most are too weak to survive its curse.
Grim. Very grim.
But there are always more who are lured by its promise of power.
I believe that's Liliana. The mono-black Planeswalker.
Some have been twisted and ruined by its dark magic. But Garrick, if his curse is not removed, he will be a threat to us all.
So yeah, the whole point of this particular year of Magic is that Garrick Wildspeaker has been infected by Liliana, so he's cursed to go around and basically chop off the heads of lots of other Planeswalkers. So the first plane is Innistrad, then we've got Theros, Ravnica, but apparently it won't let me go through there yet. So I think there's 4 planes to go through, lots of delicious cards to unlock as we go through. Just want to go back real quick. So we've obviously got the campaign, practice duels, and tutorial you can go back to. Just want to have a quick look at my deck as well. So I've got obviously my first deck here. So let me have a look through. So I want to see if that's... How many lands have I got in here at the moment? So where the hell is lands? Lands, there we go. To manually alter your lands, you'll need to go to the advanced section under help and options that select auto land off. Okay, yeah, okay. So save and quit. What I want to do is... Where are the options? I want to be able to manually alter how many lands I've got. Come on, let me move. There we go. So for some reason it's not now longer... I used to be able to just scroll through here with the mouse wheel, but for some reason it's not letting me do that anymore. There we go. So was it... I think it's under settings. Is it advanced ones? Preferences. Maybe it wasn't here. Graphics. What the hell was settings controls? Was it under here? I can't remember now. Where did it say to do it? Let me go back to decks. There we go. Decks. Lands. So where was it? To manually alter your lands, you'll need to go to the advanced section under help and options and select auto land off. Okay, so let's try that again. I'm sure I'll find it this time. It's taking a little while to move through some of the menus, which is slightly annoying, but so come on. Card collection, help and options, settings, controls, how to play Magic, how to play combat. So where the hell are the advanced settings? That's ridiculous. So basic, graphics, audio, preferences. Okay, that's weird. I can't see any advanced settings. Planeswalker campaign. I'll have to find it off camera, but let's go back to card decks. So the one card I don't have at the moment is Raise the Alarm. I already have some of them. Where was the Raise the Alarm? It was here, wasn't it? So I've already got one of them in the deck. So does it tell me how many lands I've got in here? I can't bloody see. That's what's really annoying. So yeah, I'll have to find that, but let me have a quick look through here at the red ones as well. Is that Siege Dragon worth having? So it's a 7 mana, 5/5. I'm probably going to take that out for now and put the kind of the low mana cost spell back in, just because it's slightly more useful right now. I might find a use for it, I don't know yet, but I'll just see how it plays. So let's go back to the campaign. Now I've had a fiddle around with that. I'll try and find the advanced advanced land thing and try and turn it off, but like I said, that'll just have to be a bit of a dig. So let's see Innistrad. What's in store for us in Innistrad? So we've got then Living Death is our first encounter. So explore Innistrad, so once you've defeated all of these, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So the final encounter was up against Avacyn, I think. So it's actually a card, but it was like the whole archetype of Avacyn's glory in the first game. So once you've defeated all 4 of the encounters in a plane, you get to just explore instead, which is just random encounters, which allows you to get boosters and unlock more cards, basically. So you can just keep doing this until you've unlocked all of the booster packs in a particular plane. But I think we're just going to take on the Living Death encounter quick, see how we get on. Fingers crossed. We do alright. So we've got them. You're confronted by a horrible sight, the mangled body of a planeswalker. Delicious. From the shadows, you hear a mad giggling and a chorus of groans. The corpse begins to twitch. The ghoul caller, Giza, emerges, happy to add another recruit to her army. Lovely. So we're playing a ghoul caller. Interesting. So what we started off with here. 4 lands, a Kreko's Command, a Regathian Firecat, and a Broodkeeper. So whenever an aura becomes attached to Broodkeeper, put a 2/2 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. I'm actually going to keep this hand. It's not a bad opening hand. So we'll start out with a mountain. Fairly straightforward. So I'm guessing this is going to be some kind of mono black deck, I'd assume. So yeah, I'd assume it's black if it's some kind of undead deck. Oh, excellent. Lone Missionary. That's a much better card to start with than the Krenko's Command. I'd rather play that when I kind of need to, when I need blockers, or if it can pump up something like... Was it the card I had in my last game? The one that basically gained 1 attack every time a red creature was put onto the battlefield. So far the other deck doesn't have... Okay, so you must get creature down, which is a Walking Corpse, so a 2/2 zombie creature. It's fair enough. So at the moment, my Lone Missionary is fairly useless, unless So we've got here then sorcery. So we've got Convoke. Put 3 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield. Pretty good card. Let's get another mountain down, and we shall also get the Regathian Firecat as well. So I'm probably going to swing him with my lone missionary here. If it gets killed off, it's not the end of the world. Best thing that could happen would be I kill off his 2/2. Although if I was him, I would probably let the 2 damage go through for now, which he is, of course. There we go. So I'm going to hit the Living Death in the face for 2 damage. Nice. So I could possibly get Broodkeeper down next turn. So that would be a good blocker against his 2/2, as it is a 2/3. And then whenever an aura becomes attached to it, I get the cool 2/2 dragon token with flying. And then it has this creature gets +1/0 until the end of turn. Ah, that's really cool. I'm hoping I get some auras in my hand pretty quick for this Broodkeeper. That's pretty insane. Like, what we got here then? Carrion Crow. Okay, creatures with flying. Yep, I know all about that. So Carrion Crow enters the battlefield tapped. Okay, that's fair enough. So it means it can't block this turn coming. And it's a flyer as well, so I can't block it myself. So I'll play the planes, and what else have we got then? We've got a... Don't show again. So we've got a human creature with a which is a 1/4 vigilance. That's a pretty good card, actually. But do I want to play that, or do I want to play the Broodkeeper? Or do I want to play the triplicate spirits? What does Convoke do? So your creatures can't help cast a spell. Each creature tapped while casting the spell pays 1 on... So your creatures can't help... Sorry, your creatures can help cast a spell. Each creature tapped while casting the spell pays for 1 or more of the... That's pretty cool. So I can actually... So I can tap creatures and put them onto the battlefield. So I can actually play this one this turn and then tap some of my creatures as well. So yeah, let's do that, because it'll actually give me blockers for... So Convoke, costs remaining. So confirm. So I'll tap my 2 creatures, and then I get 3 1/1 flyers down, which is pretty sweet indeed. So I've got lots of little weenies to play at the moment, which is always looking good. Don't necessarily want to play my Broodkeeper until I can get some kind of aura attached to it. So we can swing him with the 2/2 this turn. I'm going to skip blocking this turn. No point sacrificing any of my creatures just to defeat a 2/2 and lose a couple of health. That's what we've got here then. So Rotting Fest, wow, 5/1. That's pretty terrifying. But it is vulnerable, the fact that it does have only 1 health. So any kind of creature with 1 damage can take that out quite easily. Excellent, so we've got a 5th planes down. So I am thinking... Don't want to play Standing Troops. I might play Krenko's Command at the end of my turn. Yeah, let's play Krenko's Command, I think. Or do I play... No, I don't want to play Broodkeeper yet. Let's play Krenko's Command. Get a couple of extra blockers as well. Hit continue. Now I want to save these for blocking against that. But that could also kill off one of my creatures, so... interesting. I might swing... do I swing with the Lone Missionary? I can't decide. No. Play it safe this turn. Skip my attack. I'll leave it there. Oh, I could have actually played the Standing Troops as well. Whoops, I did not realise that. Never mind. So he's going to go through to combat. So he's going to swing in with that one. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to block it with my Lone Missionary. Kill off one of his creatures. There we go. Excellent. And then what else is he playing? Ghoul Raiser. When a Ghoul Raiser enters the battlefield, return a zombie card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so he gets to bring back his Walking Corpse. Oops, a daisy. We're just trying to get used to all the new commands for this game. So he might replay his Walking Corpse. Kind of annoying, but never mind. So I'm just going to try and get a load of weenies down and stuff like that. Could be interesting. Ah, excellent. So we've also got an Angelic Edict. Exile target creature or enchantment. So I could, in theory, exile his 2/2 flyer. I don't really want to exile his 5/1. But, her 5/1, sorry. So I'm tempted to get rid of the flyer, just so I can start hitting them for 3 damage every turn. Because I'm not sure how many other... Yeah, there was a flyer, thank God for that. I'm not sure how many other flyers that deck's got, so if I can essentially swing in for 3 damage unabated every turn, it's fine by me. There we go, so I can swing in like so. 1, 2, and 3, and he can't do anything about it, which is excellent. So I might take a bit of damage this turn, depends what he swings in with. If he swings in with the 5/1, it's fairly useless, because all I do is just block it with So I'm going to let that 2 damage go through. Skip blocking. No point blocking it. I got the extra 4 health from my lone missionary earlier on. So it's not the end of the world. So at the moment I'm actually out aggroing. Oh, excellent. Enchanted creature gets +3/0 and has first strike. Or I play my Broodkeeper, and then I can play my Lightning Talons next turn, get an extra flyer down, which is even better. So yeah, hit continue first. Swing with my 3 flyers. 1, 2, 3. Attack. Leave the 3 blockers down. There we go. So 3 damage will go through at the moment. Excellent. So I'll play the Broodkeeper. This might get Doombladed, depending on what they have in their hand. If not, then Lightning Talons will be going down on it, which will make it a 5/3, and I'll also get a 2/2 flyer, which can be pumped up for mana as well, which is just plain excellent in my opinion. So no combat for him, but I'm expecting Massive Ghouls, 5/3 zombie creature. That's kind of terrifying. So that's the end of my turn. So what have we got to get then? Ooh, a Foundry Street Denizen. That's the one I was looking for. That would have been far better with the Goblin. But it's not the end of the world, so we will be playing Lightning Talons this turn on this. Gets a 2/2 flying creature in play, and something to block that Massive Ghouls as well. And I get my 2/2 dragon. Excellent, so don't show again. So this has, I can actually pump this up next turn as well, which is even cooler. So let me just swing in with all of them. I'll save this as a blocker. And I can swing in for 5 damage next turn, which is going to be Excelente. So looking pretty good so far. It's the end of his turn. Here we go. He's going to swing in with anything. There's not really much point. If he swings in with that, I just block it with my first strike. Anything else, I've obviously got other blockers as well. Fair enough, so he's decided not to do anything. Unless he can get a flyer down, he's pretty screwed. So when Polluted Dead dies, destroy target land. Fair enough. So obviously you can use that to destroy my lands, which is interesting. So what have we got then? Another lone missionary, so I can gain more health, which is cool. So let's hit continue first. We shall swing in with... Oh, let me activate the ability. Oh, okay. Wow, I can activate it more than once. Even better. So that pumps up to a 4/2. Cool. It doesn't tap. I didn't think about that. So because I've got more than one red land, so I'm swinging in for 7 damage this turn. So I have lethal next turn, which is excellent. There we go, down to 2, and then I'll also play a lone missionary just to finish off with as well. Just get you know, back up to 24 health, just to really screw him over. So still have plenty of blockers as well, which is excellent. This can act as a blocker, even though it's got Summoning Sickness and it can't attack as it's played. You can still use ones with Summoning Sickness as blockers, which is really cool. So can he do anything? I doubt it somehow. So yeah, that card is killer. As soon as you can get an aura on it, it's pretty tasty. Oops, a daisy. There we go. So we're just going to pump this up twice, hit continue. Then we're going to swing in for 5 damage, unless he can either mass removal or unless he can mass removal or get rid of all 4 of these creatures. That's it. That's the end of the match. There we go. Death from above. Oh, that's really cool. So I wonder what that achievement is. So there we go. We've defeated the first encounter on this plane. So Secret Nimbus wins. Excellent. Good start. So dealt 20 damage to a single opponent with flying creatures and a persona unlocked. And we've opened a booster. Excellent. So I wonder what's in my booster. Ooh, this is exciting. So what have we got then? So we've got Furor of the Bitten. That's going straight in my deck. A 1 mana enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and attacks each turn if able. It's fairly good. Got another Standing Troops as well, so another little weenie with Vigilance. And we've also got an Artful Dodge, so one for later on, which is a blue one, so target creature can't be blocked this turn. So it's got flashback as well. Excellent. So that was successful, guys. So yeah, I'm going to end the episode there. It's a pretty successful introduction to Magic 2015. I'm liking the black look. It's very I can't put my finger on it. It's like it's got a particular art style that reminds me of something, but hey ho, I love it. I like the fact that it's got custom decks. I like the new interface. It's gorgeous, I must admit. So yeah, that's it. That's my introduction to Magic 2015. I hope you enjoyed me playing through these first couple of games. But apart from that, thanks for watching. And wait. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode. But apart from that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.